All right, and welcome back. This is Farm Kenya Show, and of course, we've reached to the time when you're going to just be making something. And joining us is Chef Ron, who is a sous chef at Nairobi Street Kitchen, courtesy of Nairobi Street Kitchen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so when we started the show earlier on, you explained to us what you are making today.
Yeah.
So just explain to us the things that we have here today so that we can start.
All right, so I said a yogurt bowl. So we're going to use plain yogurt, an assortment of berries. To give it more sweetness, we're going to drizzle some honey, but that's optional if you prefer having your yogurt, a bowl such with some sort of sweetener. Or you can use plain, you can also use vanilla yogurt. Another additive that will actually boost would be maybe chia seeds. You can top it up with basically anything that you want.
Okay.
So then the other item is eggs with toast. So basically we call it double egg on toast. It's a breakfast item that we make at Spilt Milk. So the eggs are usually dependent on how the guest wants it. So you can have it as a poached egg, a fried egg, an omelette. So today I'm making an omelette, and to be very specific, a herb omelette. So the herbs I'm going to be using is parsley and coriander. Okay. Or rather how we know it as dhania.
And dhania. Right.
Yes.
So, and for the yogurt, because you've explained plain yogurt.
Yes.
What is the importance? Because someone might say, okay, I want, because you've mentioned vanilla, someone might say, I want the one that already has berries, so that I can still use it with other berries.
Okay, for us to keep it, now for the plain yogurt, it's like a blank canvas. So since if you use yogurt that's been infused with berries, you already have a flavoring and toppings to it. Okay. So you can have that personally, but for us, having plain yogurt, it's like a blank canvas. Okay. We top it up with the ingredients that we'd love to have if we're curating the menu per se. Okay. So that's basically it. And also yogurt is actually good for your gut health. And the berries are really rich in antioxidants, blueberries to be the highest one. So this is a very good breakfast combination. Okay. And for the eggs rich in protein, the parsley and coriander, they're rich in antioxidants. All right. The brown bread is very good in fiber. So this is a very wholesome kind of also other dish. All right. Very quick, very light.
Okay, so let us start.
Yeah, so I'm gonna heat up my pan. Just drizzle a bit of olive oil to it. So
I was about to ask about the oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm just need this to heat up. I'm gonna toast my bread. While that is going on, I'm gonna be making the yogurt bowl. Okay. So basically it's just
and for the oil, is there an amount that someone can use, or you can just, because sometimes I usually see people using
measuring spoons.
A measuring spoon, or sometimes they just
like a decanter or something that measures.
And sometimes they just pour the oil.
The oil. I mean, most of the time we usually eyeball it. We just need enough. You don't need too much oil. Otherwise, you'll just soak up whatever it is that you're making. It's going to be very oily.
The egg will be dancing inside the oil.
Yes, dance inside, and that's what we want to avoid. All right. Yeah, so I'm just going to prep my berries. So I have some strawberries here.
And then once maybe you'd want to use the berries, can you add, because sometimes I usually see, or I usually take yogurt with some peanut on the side, and also some apples. I cut up some apples. So can you also add peanut to this?
Yes, you can. If you want to make this your own ideal breakfast. See, the good thing with this, the toppings are your choice. Toppings are always your choice. Okay. You're not really constricted to just having berries, whatever it is that you love. Bananas, apples, grapes, as long as it's something that you'd actually enjoy, go for it. Okay. Yeah.
So you just put them like that, you don't mix, you just put them like that?
For me, this is more like on a presentation kind of purpose. So I'm just placing them, I would say, in a garnishing kind of way. Yeah, so if you're having it, you can just cut up your berries, just put them inside. But for us, presentation is always key.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And also, when you look at the the berries that we have, the types of berries, is it that there is a specific type of berries that you'd want to use, or you can just use any type of berries that we have?
Where sometimes we can be specific about the berries we want to use, because we have quite an array out there.
Yes,
we have blueberries,
yes.
We have blackberries, we have the wild berries. So we choose what is usually more or less available. So strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries are some of the common berries that we currently have that are, more or less year-round. Since some of them are usually made
seasonal.
Yeah. Like blackberries can be seasonal. Actually, they are seasonal.
Yes.
And also we have the greenhouses that some people have, made them to be all year round. So since we want something that's really available.
Okay.
It's best when it's seasonal because that's when you get the most out of it. So so basically this is pretty much
really
done.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just finish it off with some honey.
Okay. So, and with the honey, can someone just use the honey they've bought from the supermarket?
Yeah.
Because
Okay. If you have the best option would be if you have like a local honey supplier who does their own farming, so you actually know where this person is getting their product from.
Yes.
And it's not like, you don't have to be like, or maybe it's processed, artificial, this and that.
Okay.
So you're actually quite sure where your honey is coming from.
And in replacement of honey, what else can you use in terms of, if you want to use any other, can you use syrup? Can you use?
Yes, you can use syrup if you prefer syrup. If someone prefers syrup, well and good. If that's your choice for sweetener, you can use that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This really looks very nice. So now we move to the pan.
The pan, yeah. So I'm just toasting my bread. I'm gonna crack my eggs.
So you'll put the eggs around it?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna toast that, put that aside.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna come and I'm gonna cook the eggs separate together with the herbs inside.
Okay.
And then put the egg on top of the toast.
All right.
Yeah.
And Chef Ron, let me ask you. So for some people, they beat their eggs like that. They just mix it, and then they take the bread, put it inside the
dip it inside
the mixture, and then they put them on top of the pan.
On top of the pan.
That one is that one just different from what you're going to be doing today?
Yes, slightly, because that's a method we normally, that's how you make like a basic French toast. So the only difference is for French toast, ideally, how we actually go about making it, you put some cream or milk and some cinnamon. And if you want more flavor, vanilla essence. Then you just whisk it up, soak your bread, then cook it on your pan. Now, for us, what I have also been used to making ever since when I was growing up, is just the regular French toast, which does not have cream. It's just beating up your eggs, mixing, then dipping your bread inside.
Okay.
So that's how you've described the dish that you just said. And for breakfast dishes, which includes like simple ingredients like eggs and toast,
yes,
you can have them however you like it. There are people who would cut a hole, pour the egg inside.
Oh yes, I've seen that. Yeah, I've also tried that, but it backfired. and for the mixture now, the egg mixture that you've put on this bowl. If you want to use, because I love onions.
Yeah.
If you want to use, is there something like too much onion? Is there something like too much spices?
I'd say yes, but sometimes there are people who actually prefer their food like that.
Yes.
So I'd say that's on your own preference level. So for me, there's always a level to whatever it is that I'm using.
Okay.
I don't want my food to be too oniony. But if you actually prefer that much onions in your food,
Yes.
well and good, like go for it.
Yes.
So the other way, the people who would like to go by mixing the onions inside. Personally, I prefer sauteing them first.
Okay,
You get
okay.
a nice flavor
Yes.
from it, not the raw taste. You know, because for me, for the raw taste, I'd prefer having that in kachumbari.
Okay.
Because that's how basically we, used to it. When it comes to more flavor, I'd prefer cooking the onions first, slightly cooking them in some oil, then add your beaten egg.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for example, the beaten egg, if you want to add some little bit of garlic powder, some little bit of turmeric, some little bit of this other different spices, how advisable is it? Can you just add while you're beating it?
Yes.
Or
yes.
you can add it at the pan?
When you add it at the pan, you have to be very careful. Otherwise, the spices will burn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it will be best to just add them here. Same way we just do with salt. We just do the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
a little bit of oil.
a little bit of oil.
Olive oil. So
yeah.
if someone can't afford olive oil because it's very expensive.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So this other oils is okay.
You can just use regular oil.
Okay.
Yeah. Just use it in good amounts, not too much
Okay.
to have your egg soaked in oil. By the time it's coming out of the pan, you touch it, you can actually just apply your oil on your hands a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And for omelette, what is it that people need to really be careful about? Because someone decides to make omelette and it ends up looking like scrambled egg.
so one would be the type of pan you're using, and also actually basically that's it. Because if you have like a pan that your eggs ends up sticking at the bottom of it, that's when you have now like a really huge problem, because you can't get like a proper egg from it. So the other thing, if you're using this type of pan, this is like we call it non-stick, has a Teflon coating.
Yes.
No, use like a silicone spatula or something that
So
don't use anything that's metallic.
Okay.
Or stainless steel. That will ruin the coating. Scrape it off and it's gonna contaminate your food. Yeah.
All right. And for example, if you have, great. Yes. So, is there a skill of flipping that? Because
Yes.
sometimes you do that, it just falls.
Everything breaks
There's
apart.
a day it just fell. So I was
Yeah.
like, I just picked it up and said, I'm alone anyway. So
There's no harm, no foul, yeah?
let me just take it back to the pan.
So, there is a skill to this. And you can actually flip your egg when, like the same technique I've used. I've used my brush, the silicone spatula, together with the pan to just flip it. Other people will just take the pan, flip it like this. So for me to be more especially since it's a very move mixture, on a safer bet, I just prefer using 2 motions just to be able to flip it and have everything intact. So basically this is it.
This looks nice. Smells really good.
So just to finish it off, this is just some microgreens.
That's what you call garnish.
Garnish.
Okay.
And
this looks really nice. So
there's
it's
your
something
breakfast.
you can make at home. You can make it in the morning. You can even make it during dinner, maybe.
Yeah, if you want.
Time.
I mean, if you're someone who's really short on time and you want like a quick fix, toast your bread, beat your eggs quick. Within less than 5 minutes, you have your breakfast ready. Right. Good to go.
And when you talk about the type of garnish and the health importance to someone who's eating it, what other types of garnish can someone use on such a meal?
So it's good that you actually mentioned that, because you just reminded me.
Yes.
So this being a herb omelette, you can actually use the same herbs that you've used.
Okay.
All
right.
Just parsley and some fresh coriander. You can also use some dry tomatoes, or you can dry them yourself if you're using if you have an oven, or you can just keep them in a tray when it's sunny, like how the day is. Put them outside. They dry them out, because basically that's how we make sun-dried tomatoes. Usually just cut in half, put in outside to just dry. So you can actually use the actual ingredients that you've used to make the omelette. Not all the ingredients, because I'm sure onions wouldn't, unless you do like a fancy kind of flour with the onions, which requires a bit more skill. So for us, we can, you can enhance it by just using some fresh leaves of parsley and coriander, some sun-dried tomatoes just to put it on top. Pretty much that's it.
Okay.
And also,
and also let me ask. So, for example, you have this and this. You have the yogurt bowl, and you have the omelette and the bread. So, do you have them together, or can someone start with maybe this one first, and then what is?
My advice would be start with one, then eat the other later. Unless you're looking for something very heavy.
Yeah.
But I would start my day off with this. I'd say maybe 7 early in the morning. Around 10ish when I want something to snack on, I'd go with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Something quick to fix. So I'm just going to finish this off by like a drizzle of olive oil.
Okay.
So, the green color just kind of, especially, like I said, white is usually like a blank canvas. So you can actually just walk around.
So as you add the olive oil on top, can someone use another type of oil?
For flavor purposes, olive oil is the best. Yes,
okay.
Because it has its own distinct kind of flavor. Yeah, if you use the kawaida vegetable oil that we have, I'm not sure we love the taste of how that feels on our
And what
mouth.
of the coconut oil?
You can use
some
that.
people use coconut oil.
You
as
can
well.
definitely use it, because now it has a very distinct flavor on its own.
Okay.
Especially if you love using coconut oil to cook. Yeah.
All right. And for example, someone wants to replace the bread with chapati. They want to say, okay, I want to, whatever you've done to the bread, you do to the chapati to be a little bit hard. Is it possible to do that?
I mean, yeah, we've basically been doing what's it called? Rolex. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rolex.
So you can go ahead and do that. So if that's your preferred kind of starch, well and good. Just beat your egg. You can even dip your chapati inside the egg mixture, cook it.
Okay.
Or throw your egg on the pan, then put your chapati. Basically how the Rolex is made. I think there are variations how people make their
Of
Rolex.
course, yeah. Some people just put the way you did the omelette, and then they just place the chapati,
on top.
Yeah, some people do it differently.
Yeah, they make the omelette, then put the chapati and just roll it up.
Yeah.
So it's depending on someone's preference.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to try this. I'm going to try and taste this, so that at least we tell our viewers
How it is.
how it tastes. Someone who's at home right now can make sure that at least they. Let me move over this side. Okay. This side. Let me just first of all. The part that you had drizzled the olive
oil on.
It's really nice. Very good. Let me taste with the bread now. You want to taste?
You have your. I'm waiting for you to finish up with the knife first.
Because I might end up finishing this. We'll keep some for the camera people. Because I know they are standing here and wondering, okay, so are they going to finish this? No, we're just tasting. It's really nice, very, very good. The salt is very well distributed.
Yeah.
The garnish and everything else, and the parsley that you had used, and the dania, perfect. This is something to taste, and I think it's something that can fill you up.
Yes.
And this one, how do we taste this one?
Just dig in. Regular, however you eat like a smoothie bowl or anything.
I feel like I'm going to spoil it, because you had really arranged them very well.
That's, I mean, you've already enjoyed how it looks.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're gonna have to just break everything away.
Okay, I have all the berries
Yeah.
at once. Very good. And now I understand why you're using plain yogurt. Because the honey brings out
The sweetness.
yes. Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is something you can make at home. This is something you can just make on when you want something light. You can try it and just make sure that at least at the end of the day you have something that you can cook for your people and yourself as well. And Chef Ron, so if someone comes to Nairobi Street Kitchen and they want to
Have
some of this,
Yeah.
how do they go about it? And is the price favorable?
Yes, it is. We have a number of concepts.
Okay.
So the all-day dining one is where we serve now the breakfast items. So this is at Spilt Milk. So once you come to Spilt Milk, you can use it. We have the menu. Just look at it. This is the double egg on toast. This is a yogurt bowl. So just you can ask now. Once you place your order, this is something you can definitely get served on.
All right.
Yes.
And for your social media platforms, there are people who would want to follow, and yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Ron Kamau or Ron_craze. Yes.
Okay. So do you show some of this in your pages?
Yes, some of them. I also have my own ideas that I've put up there. So you can find me on Instagram as Ron_craze.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That is Chef Ron Kamau right there. Has made us very good breakfast. I called it yogurt bowl and omelette.
Yes. We call this double egg on toast.
Okay.
So it's basically eggs and toast.
Okay.
Yes.
The yogurt bowl and double egg on toast. Now I sound like a chef. Double egg on toast. All right, we've had this very great time cooking this and trying them out, and they really taste very good. And I think we've come to the end of this particular show.
Yes.
My name is Kelvin Nyakundi with Ron Kamau, and just catch us next time, same place right here on KTN. This is Farm Kenya Show.